Okay, so I managed to get my hands on one of my Holy Grail decks. As you may have seen in other videos by me, I really enjoy the Lumina Tarot. Let me quickly show it to you right here because it's out on my table because I did use it today and I did film a video for it. However, Lauren Aletta and the artist whose name I forget, but who makes the deck as brilliant as it is, she also released an Oracle deck that a lot of people were using back in the early 2010s. I think it was like imprint from 2014 or, around the time The Wild Unknown came out, and, it's been reprinted a couple of times. I believe this is the 2014 edition, and since then it's been out of print, gone. And Arcana Sacra, who did publish the French edition of the Lumina Tarot and who will be publishing the English edition of the Lumina Tarot mass market soon, they also published a French edition of the Connected and Free. However, while I was surfing the Dutch eBay called Marktplaats, all of a sudden this little baby popped up. So I anxiously messaged the seller and I was like, how much would you want for it? Because she had, she didn't put a price next to it, just that she wanted to sell it, but not for how much. And she messaged me and she said, I would like around 25 euros or 25 US dollars for it. And I was like, okay, sold. Because this deck goes for massive money online. So this is the indie version, which comes with this bigger separate guidebook. We're going to look at that in a bit. And then it comes in this. I did know this beforehand because Lauren Aletta loves her like eco packaging, and I think it looks really cute. But this is really cheap cardboard, which is what a lot of people fell over because this deck was not cheap. This was an expensive deck. But yeah, you know what? I don't care, especially at that price. So let's look at the guidebook first, because I was really curious about this because I did peek at the French guidebook and that looked really gorgeous. Looked like it had a lot of info in there, but I couldn't really see. And the reason why I didn't buy the French version is because my French isn't that good. And this deck isn't very guidebook heavy, but, to understand even the Oracle card titles was a bit much for me. So I'm really glad that I just got the English version. So we get 143 pages. It starts with this, like, sort of message, which I haven't read yet, by the way, called Forward. Not forward, but forward, which I do like. I like that wordplay. Which is a very personal, like, message from Lauren to the one who bought the deck. In this case, me. So I'm gonna have to dive in that. And then we get intuitive playtime. I do like the way she writes and the terms she uses. So there's a little bit about Oracle readings and questions. There's a little bit about spread and how to create your own, maybe even. And then there's a little like spread. It's like having a conversation. Example, free-form spread. Let's see. So there's some interesting little things there. There's a bit about cleansing cards, which I never do. I think it's the biggest crock of shit ever, but everybody works differently with energy. I never cleanse my decks. I've cleansed the deck once. How to do readings for others, and now, as with everything, it takes practice and time. Note, meditation, grounding, running, and cleansing your own energy are powerful preparatory tools before entering into a reading with another. And then we kind of go into the card meanings. We get a black and white guidebook, as you can see, which I don't mind at all. And I did not read every card meaning. I feel like it's very boring and pointless to read a whole guidebook front to back, which is basically, you know, I do like reading stuff like this if there's something interesting in there, which in this case there is. So I'm gonna read that. But when we look at the card entries, what I like a lot is that we get the card title, we get a little bit of text, which usually also contains some practical information, and then we get crystals that go with this energy. So let's say you do a card pull a day and you kind of wanted to hone in and bring in that energy during your day. You could, you know, see if you have a small crystal collection, you can kind of see if you could pick out one or more of these and maybe take them with you. So I feel like that's really interesting. For the guidebook entries themselves, I do feel like this is, when we're talking about being an eco warrior, I do feel like the spacing between the words and the lines is a bit much. And this guidebook could have been about the same size as the box. Can I say that? I mean, I bought it, so yes, I can. I don't feel like there's a lot of information here that, you know, she could have filled the pages a bit more. But, you know, it's easy to read because of the spacing. That's actually something that I might keep in mind for myself. The font is nice to read, and feeling and form. Interesting. There's some really interesting cards in here, y'all. Can't wait to delve into it with you. So, let's see. It is a bit new agey, all of it, but it's nice. Then when we finish the card reading, card meanings, we get into the intuition extras, which I do like. And we do get some information on how to develop your intuition, develop a relationship with your spiritual heart center, expanding and contracting your energy, about the author. So we get this whole story here. Oh yeah, Tegan Sweeney is the illustrator. She's brilliant. She needs to do more decks, like US Games contract her for a couple decks or something. So then we get into the cards. This has a really neat, simple back. I love back designs like these. It's some pretty thick, good quality cardstock with a really nice Blue Angel, reminiscent of Blue Angel matte finish. Gotta make sure the camera doesn't wobble that much this time. So we get the chakra cards, which do look really cool. I can read fine with those. I don't need extra keywords on them because I know what the chakras entail. Spiritual suffering, which I think is really interesting. The imagery is really good, y'all. Family, I love that image. Fun. Isn't that cute with the little fireworks? You are exactly where you need to be. That's really dope as well. Fear. There's so much to see in here. Comparison. Loudspeaker. Love that. Final step. This was a card that I pulled earlier today. Healer. Heart chakra. I love these weird squiggly borders around the cards as well. Higher knowledge. Heart. Aw, that little bear. Embrace. Love. I love the difference between cards like these. Like, this is so bold and this is so soft. And I love that that is all in the same deck, but it still feels like one cohesive thing. Strength. Love that we don't have a lion here. Storytelling. Endings. The feminine. Crown chakra. Throat chakra. Solar plexus chakra. Transition. I love the messiness of the watercolor elements sometimes. Opportunity, where we kind of get the silhouette. Soul knowing. Like, this card was, when I saw this card, I was like, this is a deck I need to get. Decisions. Sensual expression. Instincts. Chakra love. That's an interesting card. I may put that aside to maybe check out later. Base chakra, feeling and form. I'm loving a lot of these concepts that we're seeing in this deck that we don't see a lot in other decks. Pleasure and pain. We get all these different keys. I feel like this artwork is really great. Responsibilities, expectation, slow down, gorgeous. Abundance, of course. What Oracle deck doesn't have the word abundance in it? Communication, this is really pretty. This almost feels a bit like collage artwork, but it's not. It's all graphic design. Intuitive and psychic prowess. Birth. Beginnings. Look. Oh, wow. High flying. Think with your heart. Confirmation. I like that. That's really cute. Elixir. What's your personal elixir? I love that. I love that word. I love that alchemy, the alchemy of it. But this is the Alchemist's Oracle, so that's interesting. Resistance. Oh man, I really can't wait to properly, maybe I am going to read the guidebook front to back because I am really intrigued by certain choices that are made. BU. Sun's rays. Interesting. The masculine. Receiving frequencies. Now, for some reason, this card and the way it's drawn and designed doesn't sit so well with me. I don't know why, but it feels like it belongs to a different deck, but maybe that's just me. I mean, it fits in, but it's also a little bit weird. I mean, the rest of this deck has been very, well, there's chakras in here, but it's, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. Surrender, love that. Third eye chakra. I really love the way these chakras were illustrated. Conflict, love this. Conflict between the head or the heart, life or death. Which do we choose and why? Initiation, adore that. Standstill. Healing. Mentor. So yeah, that's really cool. Let's look at that chakra love card. Let's put that right here in the center because we already get all these chakras. So I kind of want to see a little like annoyance with the guidebook is that it's not in alphabetical order, and there's also not a glossary in the back that's in alphabetical order, so we can quickly look things up. So I'm going to have to take a while. Sorry, it's not my mistake. That's just the deck creator's choice. Oh man, this is really annoying, actually. It's probably all the chakra cards are together, so it's probably there, you'd think. Chakra love, yes. You are a divine being of light. The flesh and bones of your body would not exist if it were not for the energetic light grid that all else is constructed upon. See, this is something where Lauren and I disagree, because I feel like the energetic light grid that all else is constructed upon, I feel like it's the other way around. I feel like the energetic light grid is here because of our flesh and bones. But, you know, that aside. And your 7 in-body chakras are the energetic organs that store and process your every thought, emotion, decision, belief, and experience. They also receive information from our surrounding environments and individuals, sharing this information with you in subtle ways. Our chakras would love to be supported and included consciously into our daily lives. Now is the perfect time for you to identify blocks, cleansing and clearing them through the insightful and useful knowledge your chakras hold uniquely for you. Okay, so this is basically, in a reading, would see that as a, hey, you need to kind of check in on your energy, on your different chakras, on your energy levels in different areas of your life. So that's interesting. Okay, I dig that. I like that. So yeah, that was a really cute little first look-see of the Connected and Free Oracle deck by Lauren Aletta, illustrated by Tegan Sweeney, or Sweeney, whatever. And I really, really, really hope that for the rest of the world, there will be a mass market English edition out there, because it is a really good and usable deck, even if you don't always connect and feel freed by every concept that Lauren writes about in her book. It's still a very usable and pretty set. That was all. Thank you for watching, and